match remain heading into this tournament. The lineups have changed, perhaps the styles have changed. Do you think history will repeat itself?
I don't know, but we're about to find out. I think it's always very dangerous.
Oh, come on, you're going to be better than that.
Okay, well, I was trying to get into it as you brutally cut me off. But I think it's very dangerous to assume that, hey, it's the same matchup. It's going to be TNC taking it again. But I think last year TNC in this position came in as a team that didn't expect to go too far. They were playing as if there's nothing to lose, whereas on the other side, they're destined
in the bracket, they got shot back,
exactly.
Then they got bounced out.
Right, so I think mentality-wise, it's very different this year around. And coming in here, you could make the argument that TNC is supposed to be in the upper bracket still. They're supposed to be doing a lot better. They represent...
I mean, I don't know. I'm a little worried about OG. They're already asking for suggestions from the viewers. What items?
Well, for Fly, he buys nothing. He buys wards. Maybe has one GG branch. He's going to buy Tango and keep sharing with his allies.
It's two very different ways of asking that same question, right? Yeah. Jarek's is like, no, which of these amazing core position items that can change the game should I get? Fly's like, can I get boots? Please.
Well, the good thing for Lich is that you do have the high natural movement speed, so maybe the boots till a little bit later.
So, I think coming into this tournament, to expand on your point, you were talking about TNC, a very different mindset, where that core that got them, the big upset last year has stuck together. 3 of their players remain with the new captain, but similar formula, another North American player being imported in to hopefully lead the team to greatness like Demon did last year. So, you look at this matchup, they start in the upper bracket. It looked like versus LFY were just outmatched. What is kind of their trajectory heading into this game?
So I think they were outmatched by LFY because it wasn't the same TNC that did their bread and butter, right? They came into this tournament leading seed with their own particular playstyle, which is, hey, we're going to Bat Rider silence you. This lineup that involved with a lot of precise team fight coordination. And I'm glad to see that they're doing this again. Like yesterday, they picked Broodmother, which is not a Cuckoo hero. They picked Alchemist, which Cuckoo does play, but only once in the last 6 months. These are not comfort picks for TNC that we saw yesterday. Today, however, this is all TNC special. We're going to see the beauty that is the Vacuum Burrow Strike. Tims and Sam H, I mean, I know they show Universe inside, like you called it the love story. This is the C love story. Like Sam H and Tims, they're mind linked when it comes to initiation. We're going to see some crazy combination for them.
All right, well, save the kissing until after the victory, TNC. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Cuckoo also playing one of his best hero. We'll see if he's going to be effective. He's only 50% in this tournament so far with the Queen of Pain, but this is probably his namesake hero. So this is a very good look for TNC. They're playing their strategy. They're playing with the comfort picks, and I think they're going to bring it to OG.
All right, the teams entering the fields of Dota. Game 1 of an elimination showdown begins now. So we'll see how the lane's set up here, Lumi. Looks like Sam H is going to be heading the off lane is the Darkseer, so TNC looking very standard. In their setup, S4 going off lane on the Centaur. Well, as I say that, it seems like NoTown might be heading that way. It doesn't even have a TP scroll. So it looks like for OG that they really want a particular laning configuration. Are they afraid of aggression here?
I think, as the panel suggested, they want to line up the Necro versus the Darkseer. It's a decent lineup. As the smoke comes in, Jerax, the perfect position, breaks the smoke in the high ground. And honestly, not too good of an initiation, actually just throws some stones around.
Great minds thinking alike here. Cuckoo now going to try to trade out with Jerax a little bit. They do assume position to snag that bounty rune.
This is really big.
At the very least, they probably can get the bounty rune edge if they commit, but no TNC are going to back away. So the smoke expended, a lot of damage done early. This Queen of Pain.
And more importantly, you force Queen of Pain to take Blink, so that's a lot of a harass that Anna doesn't have to deal with in the Shadow Strike. So.
And he does start with a lot of plus stats here, so already ate one of the 2 full tangos. He's going to be a bit late on regen in this middle lane.
I mean, that might seem like a small thing, but Jerax's move to break the smoke, force Blink on Queen of Pain, just gave Anna the lane that, like for the first minute and a half, and he has got the better block, so.
And to make matters even better for OG, I believe they may have seen this ward dropped up towards the top side, as Jerax had previously warded that exact same clip, so they might even get a D-ward as well to start this lane. These are all little things, they don't directly translate into gold on the board, at least not in a major way, but indirectly can make a huge difference in the next 5-6 minutes. But top lane, this can make a direct impact. Burrow Strike coming through, looking for the first blood. S4 will go down. TNC grabbing that kill early.
LD, this is giving me the same deja vu. LGD ran a off-lane Beastmaster and Lich yesterday combination. And remember what happened? It was Beastmaster moving too forward before the Lich got Frost Armor. Same story here. If you're playing an offensive Lich lane, you definitely want to make sure that you hold back for a while and make sure you get level 2 on both of your heroes before you venture forward. Although with that said, OG does have the beneficial bottom lane, getting the matchup that they want, the Necrophos versus the Darkseer.
We are going to see Fly go for that D-Ward now, and eats the Dire Ward. So OG, and they already had the Ward there, so they should really have the ability to dodge these ganks with full vision supremacy in the top lane for now. But a bit of a sloppy start gets them TNC rolling, and we'll see. Meanwhile, this Necro versus Darkseer lane, do you consider it quite advantage for the Necrophos?
It's not too advantage. I mean, normally when you pick Darkseer, you take it for the mid-game team fight, but also for the lane dominance. He's not getting that part. Like, he is not going to be able to dominate No-Tail. So, in that sense, it's a small draft win for No-Tail. And he's also going to be able to farm for a big item should he choose to do so. Because I don't think Sam H is going to be able to deny any of his farms.
Despite the D-Ward, Tim's still playing aggressive here on the north side of the map. I think he's going to try and snag a bounty and does so. So roaming constant.
This'll come in handy.
But his movement's largely being tracked. Will identify that he's moving towards mid.
Bottom lane, No-Tail.
In danger. Necrophos staying alive for now. Doesn't have that point in Ghost Shroud just yet.
Yeah. I mean, that might look like it was like a pretty good turn of events for Sam H, but honestly, with the fact that No-Tail could just regen off of last hits, I don't think he's going to be too worried about how the lane's going.
Already back to full HP. Giving Sam H some poke damage where he can, but top lane again, they make their move, and they might actually get the jump here in S4. Lucid Beam sets it up. He to bring it down, tries to get some out before he falls. A second death for the offlane Centaur.
Very curious skill point for Lich to actually go for the Nova here instead of the Frost Armor, or rather Ice Armor.
So the downside of this ward, I guess, is also I think Tim's took this northern approach, which is just out of vision of that OG ward. They may not have expected that rotation. Nice adjustment there.
They should have seen him walking past the ward, but I guess they were just looking elsewhere. But I think these lanes should be going a little bit better for OG, but this is no surprise for any TNC fans. Sometimes they just win from the laning stage due to the raw mechanical skill that the player has. Cuckoo, I think, one of the best players in the mid lane for NC. Like, Bardo, he's so good.
And they gave him the Quafa here that can excel, and the Lich so far has just been trying to support that Centaur in the top lane. It was mentioned, and I think it really has been true for OG, that so often Ana gets the priority with support, with the hero picks, with the amount of farm he's given. Haven't really offered him much in the mid lane, just that early support from the Earth Spirit, but he's largely been off the lane, rotating around early here. And as a result, Cuckoo has been able to get the edge on Ana CS-wise, so Ana's starting to equalize it now. They are making their moves with Tim. So again, pursuing Fly, trying to force him back into that burrow.
They got the blink.
Cuckoo can come in for this, linking forward, screening, hit! Just gets him, the DD room Snims working his magic. TNC, 3 in a row. The Sand King, the gift just keeps on giving.
What we're going to see throughout this series is Cuckoo's understanding of the tiniest lines.
He's going for number 4. A radiant vision of this movement. Tim's managed to find just that one sliver of fog, and he wraps around on a No-Tail. No-Tail's in trouble, does have the Ghost Shroud to try and keep him alive a bit longer. The auto attacks too much, gets the heal up. They're going to have another burrow in 5. Surge is available, driving Tim's deeper. In comes the Earth Spirit. They need that burrow, they get it too, but the trade might be. Jerk's taking 1. Can he get 2? Rolling forward, bit off the mark on Sam H, who now turns, wants to fight. Gonna let him go. So it's another core kill and another successful rotation. Feels like that puppy game from yesterday on the Spirit Breaker, where every single gank paid off.
Yeah. I'm very surprised that Necrophos now responds and buys one, but had he had a magic wand and he goes Shroud and just popped the wand, he would have been full HP. We know that Darkseer is going to be spamming a lot of spells in lane, so he could have been accruing a lot of wand charges. So maybe just a small oversight, but definitely had to pay for it.
I mean, it also could be Sam H just staying far away from him when he's using the Iron Stone.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had the wand for a while. But yeah,
unless I just didn't see the wand. That's my fault.
No, he did have, but he just never got that many charges. So I think a lot of it is credit to Sam H being smart about when he uses this. They've accrued a decent gold advantage experience, though it's still dead even. All things considered, Lumi, how do you feel each team has done at accomplishing their respective objectives in this early laning stage?
I think TNC is doing a lot better than OG. OG has the Lich advantage, so you should be ahead in lane. They have the Necrophos versus Darkseer matchup, but what hands out happening is that TNC is winning at least 2 out of 3 lanes. You can make the argument that they're winning all of them.
Smoking up, TNC's move over towards mid, while meanwhile in the top lane, Raven's in trouble, has the teleport scroll, but a stun from S4 to do him in. He's got decent move speed with the slow coming through from the lid. Sun expect to follow. He will go down, even commentary fire, but mid lane, look at mid, eyes on Ana, who's been around by Cuckoo. They'll take him down. No tail even rotating, does have the Reaper sight. Isn't enough damage though, not quite. 1437 escapes away, now that's punishment for No Tail, and TNC get away with all 3. A 2-for-1 around the map, and they might get more Cuckoo. He's got the level 4 screen here. He can go at Jarek. He will do so. It's a triple for Cuckoo.
Wants to roll while doing so. He might be a little bit in trouble under the tower. Fly trying to body block if he has Nova looking to, well, Cuckoo.
He's a little bit short on the mana here. The Blink's cooling down.
1 second. Blink, he's out.
And with the Sunstrike already expended, they won't have one in time. Cuckoo outlaying OG.
This is where Cuckoo is at his best, walking that fine line, knowing when to go in, knowing what spell to use when you only have like 150 mana and making it work. This is like, if this is the one game you know for sure.
Meanwhile, Sam H taking advantage of that movement from No Tail does drag the creeps off. A little bit of jungling here, get that extra bonus experience. Definitely one of the benefits of the Darkseer who's left unchecked against the solo here. He can be more greedy in the jungle and get away with it. But look at this, TNC now making the move towards top, smoked up. Will this next gank also be successful? OG are anticipating it perhaps. They're not going on Raven. No, they're going to try now. Rolling boulder forward commitment with the Stampede. Follow up, he doesn't have Eclipse yet, but now TNC won the turnaround play. Doesn't seem like it's going to be happening. Sand Tim has to back away.
TNC wanted
bottom lane onto No Tail. The dive from Cuckoo has the Ghost Shroud to try and keep him in fight state with Harmful. Not available. Reaper sight with a silence. He dodges the boulder though. Bottling up. See ya. Cuckoo finally dealt with. OG certainly needed that.
Yeah, very good movement for OG, setting up the kill on top and then defending their core from a kill on the bottom. Very nicely done. What TNC wanted to do is rotate their support to the Luna as soon as she picks up that level 6 and set up a flip skill. But I think OG is just one step faster, one step ahead.
And with that clock rotation, it does free up Ana in the middle lane. He's been doing a lot of chip damage. But now it's becoming quite substantial structural damage. This tower's down to 400 HP. Likely goes down the next time that someone leaves the lane unchecked. Still, eyes on Tims for TNC. Had a great start in the lane, swimming already 600 gold bank. With the Tranquils, the brain drops up as well. So the Blink Dagger is next on his agenda. 1 or 2 kills to set that ball rolling.
Yeah, a lot of teams at this moment in time, they would just give a link to Sankin to basically let him get that blink, but it looks like they want to have Tims on the map still. Make sure that he's applying pressure. Looks like he will be able to get the tier 1 tower up top.
Will he though? Oh, if you want to contest this, they smoke in with Jirax and look to take a fight, but Tim's burrowing out. There is a stampede available. Jukes away. Dodges that boulder smash. Still the roll forward. Still the commitment with the silence coming through. Sunstrike as well. OG make the Scorpion explode. Crucial kill for them. They continue to slow down.
And lane commitment links in, applying a ton of pressure onto Ana, but with the 14 wand, be okay.
So TNC, fantastic start to the lane. They got tons of kills, lots of pressure, killed off Ana, slowed him down a lot. But what's next for them now? Do they need to calm down, take a step back and farm? Should they ramp up the pressure? What's the game plan for TNC moving forward?
Well, kill Ana, that's game plan number 1 here as Ghost Walk is forced out. Sonic Wave is available, but Cuckoo We'll let him go for now.
Good discipline there by Cuckoo. That ult is a long cooldown. Especially not going to get the Agony Scepter upgrade, which we don't see too much nowadays.
So to answer your question, I think there's going to be a couple of peak timings coming out from TNC. When you combine the mech finishing on the Darkseer as well as the blink pickup on the Sand King, TNC is definitely going to go for a big fight mid lane. Hold that thought here, as we're going to see it go. Green and Pain, perfect chain attack from OG, and they blow up Cuckoo.
That early aggression from Cuckoo now being answered back. The TNC make their move. First time the Luna's going to get active on the board. Heads towards the bottom side. Love to dive out Nota. They've got tons of new damage here. So Shroud will not save you. And TNC, you keep the vision. They try for the wraparound here. Still no vision this rotation, but Notel realizes something's not right. TP's joined his team. That might mean the tower's forfeit, but it should also mean that they don't give up any kills. So instead, congregate and start shipping down this tier 1.
This is a very standard,
not want to fight.
Standard game time from a Luna team. We saw that out of MP and Team Secret yesterday. As soon as she hits level 6, level 7, you should expect a smoke egg. And like you said, you get the tower, but it should be a kill and then a tower. So TNC losing out a little bit there with that smoke vision.
Big dive in from Cuckoo again. Trying to force out the TPs and get 1, make it 2.